Our topic today is about completely surrendering to the source. This surrender is not an instinctive act. It's a practice for those who have deep trust in the source and the arrangement the source has for all the soul fragments experiencing here. Firstly, you need to understand that everything in your journey is arranged by the source for your own benefit. Secondly, everything in this journey always happens at the right time, with the right people, and is beneficial for all connections involved. Complete surrender to the source is only possible for those who have faith in the source and the guidance the source has for all soul fragments. You must trust that everything that happens is meant to help you fulfill your wish, even if it sometimes manifests in a way that seems negative. When you want to surrender something to the source, whether it's a wish for a relationship or any troubles that you have, you should focus on the source, believe in the guidance, and say, "I surrender this matter to the source. May the source guide me through it and help me resolve this in a way that is best for me, the other, and for my journey exactly as it should." After surrendering, you must absolutely trust that whatever happens is meant to happen, regardless of how it appears. For example, when you feel a sudden urge to say something negative, if you trust the source's guidance, you can allow yourself to say it. After that, believe that whatever you've said is needed for your journey and is a part of the source's perfect plan to fulfill your wish. If you surrender to the source, you will not question the source's guidance, but simply allow things to unfold because you know they are the perfect arrangement from the source. Many people think that the source only directs us towards positive experiences, but the source's wisdom is far beyond our understanding. Difficulties and setbacks are sometimes necessary to produce the desired outcomes and fulfill your wishes. When challenges arise, remind yourself that they are happening for your benefit and be grateful. For example, if the source knows that a relationship must end for you to be in a better energy field and nurture your growth, circumstances will arise to separate you from that relationship instead of repairing it as you wish. If you insist on mending the relationship in your way, you are imposing your will and limited perceptions on the situation and not truly surrendering to the source. True surrender is not about controlling the outcomes, but allowing everything to unfold the way it must. Complete surrender to the source means that no matter what appears or what result unfolds, you recognize that it is for your benefits and that it will surely help your journey in the long run. Even when something negative happens, you must understand that it is necessary and trust that the source is guiding you towards achieving your wish. This is what truly means surrendering to the source. If you still expect everything to happen the way you want, you are asking the source to follow your commands, not truly surrendering. True surrender means allowing the source to decide what is best for your journey, regardless of appearances. Remember, when you surrender to the source, appearances don't matter. You need to develop the habit of recognizing that whatever happens, even if it appears negative, is arranged by the source to bring about the best possible outcome. This understanding allows you to step out of the victim mentality and let your energy flow freely. You need to understand that every outcome serves your growth, and even when it seems negative, trust that it is necessary. For example, when you wish for happiness and spiritual growth, the source knows that you must end certain connections with low-energy people to fully embark on a new path. Therefore, the source will create the circumstances to cut the ties that are holding you back. Though this may seem negative and contradict your immediate desires, the source knows it is exactly what's needed. So surrender completely and trust fully, accepting any situation as the source's perfect arrangement for your journey. When you fully believe that what happens is for your own benefit, you begin to move beyond the victim mentality and go with a natural flow. That's when you no longer resist or try to change any circumstances. You understand that everything is happening the way it should, and your mind remains calm and peaceful. When you are at peace, your energy is balanced. And when our inner energies come into balance, the outer world naturally reflects that harmony. But when you start resisting or wanting things to go your way, it leads to energy conflict. This conflict is a state of low energy, and when you live in low energy, your reality also reflects instability. Surrendering is about letting the source decide how things should unfold and embracing whatever circumstances coming your way. Even when your wishes don't come true, it's ultimately for your own good. What you perceive as good for you might be a hindrance in the wisdom of the source. For example, some people choose to persist in a relationship that isn't meant for them. If they cannot consciously step out of the old energy field to embark on a new journey, circumstances will eventually arise to end the relationship and guide them toward someone who truly suits them. You may also practice surrendering to the source by writing down your wish in a journal and entrusting these wishes to the source. After that, just believe everything that happens is to guide you towards the fulfillment of your wish. When you have surrendered to the source, remember this: whether your wish comes true or not, it is a blessing, a form of protection from the source. Sometimes, your wishes are driven by your ego or personal feelings rather than what is best for your journey. The source will naturally guide you away from what isn't beneficial. So don't think that the guidance from the source always appears positive. Sometimes, a negative experience is necessary to clear the way for a positive outcome. When you contemplate this deeply, you'll see that everything that comes your way is a form of protection and blessing. With this understanding, you no longer feel the need to blame or resist. Discomfort comes when you insist on having things your way. But when you trust and surrender, you will embrace and appreciate every experience, regardless of appearances. Even if a situation causes you pain, if you remain mindful and understand that it is necessary for your growth, the deep sense of gratitude towards the source will emerge and dissolve all blame and resentment. This is because you only lay blame on something when you don't recognize the love and guidance behind it. With a deep understanding of this, the sense of blame disappears, leading to bliss. Bliss generates high energy, which brings peace and balance to both your mind and life. This is when your wisdom emerges. Just like the people who seek happiness must not hesitate to step out of their comfort zone when the opportunity arises, those who pursue enlightenment must stop dwelling in their same old negative energies. The more you attach to your emotions, the more you will suffer. Conversely, the more you align yourselves with the guidance of the source, the more you open yourself to true joy and fulfillment. You must always remember that things do not happen solely for your own benefit, but also for the greater good of all other related connections. For instance, you might believe that staying in a relationship is the best for both you and your partner, but the source knows that separation is needed for your true growth. When being together leads to energy conflicts and the unresolved sufferings, it may be necessary to part ways so that both individuals can be guided to a safe and peaceful energy field. This holds true in all aspects of life. Reflect deeply on this and apply this understanding to every situation you encounter. When you have the courage to fully surrender yourself to the source, you will see a profound transformation in your life. At that very moment, your energy begins to flow seamlessly. When your energy flows, so does your life. Believing in the source is one thing, but truly surrendering to the source is something entirely different. To fully surrender to the source means to stop the use of your mind for judging and imposing your will on everything. It is about embracing whatever unfolds without complaint and understanding clearly that the source is guiding and loving us through all experiences. Belief in the source is a matter of the mind, but true surrender is a profound and complete commitment. When you dare to entrust all experiences to the source, the distinctions between right and wrong, good and bad, vanish. At that moment, you are no longer attached to any experience or outcome. By embracing complete surrender, guidance unfolds swiftly, for you are in harmony with the true essence of the source. Only then can you realize that you are one with the source. Internally, you will know that everything that unfolds in your life reflects the will of the source. This complete acceptance without any resistance is what is meant by true harmony with the source's will. In order to truly surrender, you must have complete trust in the source. You may know that you're lacking trust in the source when you refuse to embrace the present as it is and impose your own ideas of how things should be. It's easy to claim that you have great trust in the source, but when something happens that goes against your personal desires, you resist. You cling to your own ideas of what is best for you. Yet, it is important to remember that our human understanding is limited, while the wisdom of the source is far beyond our comprehension. The intentions of the source may not always be immediately clear to us, and the wisdom of the source transcends our understanding. When we develop true wisdom, we start to grasp the intentions of the source. It is only through genuine enlightenment that we can fully perceive the purpose and guidance of the source through the experiences that unfold. Allow the source to become your guiding light. When you surrender fully, trust completely, and align entirely with the source, you are always within the field of protection. At that moment, nothing can pull you away from the essence of the source. When you have surrendered yourself fully, we become one with the source. This truth is reserved for those who are deeply connected to the source and trust in its guidance. However, surrendering to the source is different from surrendering to your instinct. When you act purely from instinct, you are responding from your primal impulses, not fully in control of your energy or awareness. In contrast, when you surrender to the source, you truly trust in the guidance of the source and align yourself with a higher field of energy. We must realize the true purpose behind our actions. Some people claim that they are surrendering to the source, believing that whatever happens is meant to be, but then act purely from instinct. Some even use this as an excuse for their harmful actions, claiming that they're just following their inner guidance. But it's their negative emotions and primal instincts that really drive their behaviors. When you truly surrender to the source, you know that behind every manifestation, even those that appear negative, there's a positive intention that never involves causing harm to others. Please remember, guidance from the source might manifest through situations that seem negative, but it never involves causing harm to others. When you engage in deep reflection and surrender ourselves completely to the source, your life will be filled with profound peace. You'll see blessings everywhere and feel enveloped in love and protection, for you realize that everything is unfolding for your highest good. Moreover, the events that occur are also meant to show whether you are truly aligned with the source. These situations act as a test of your commitment, showing you that only through wholehearted engagement and surrender can you truly say that you trust and entrust yourself fully to the source. Surrendering to the source is not easy because we still cling to old habits, outdated beliefs, and primal instincts. Therefore, in order to truly surrender to the source, you must deepen your connection by engaging in daily conversations with the source. Every moment you spend talking to the source is profoundly important, so don't take them lightly. Instead of seeking someone to talk to, share your feelings and thoughts with the source to nurture and strengthen your connection. The connection with the source already exists within everyone, but we need to think about and talk to the source regularly to strengthen this connection. This daily interaction ensures that the source is always present in your life, and you are constantly living in the energy of the source. At that moment, you are in a high-frequency energy field, and old negative energies will naturally transform and release themselves from your field. Always remember that you are the source. You are the purest form of energy in the universe. There is no difference between you and the source. If you are new to this practice, you might need to identify the source as a separate individual to make it easier to engage in a conversation. However, these dialogues are simply a means to help you feel closer to the source. In reality, there is no difference. Everything is the source. When we return to the essence, we realize that the higher self is also the source. Understand that no matter what source of energy we are from, it all stems from the source. You may notice that lately I no longer use the term higher self in order to acknowledge the presence of the source and its all-encompassing nature. The source permeates everything, and everything exists within the source. The source is all. If you wonder how to converse with the source, simply share what is in your heart. Each person has their own way of connecting. If today brings you joy, turn to the source and share that joy. If you are feeling sadness, speak to the source about it. If you are facing difficulties or feeling discomfort with someone, direct those emotions to the source. This practice of sharing with the source is a way to release negative energy, doing so in the most mindful and appropriate way. You can think of the source as a trusted companion or a parent, whichever resonates with you. The key is to choose a manifestation that helps you connect more readily, because it is simply a means to deepen your connection with the source. I encourage everyone to listen to this video at least 3 times to deeply understand why it is important to surrender to the source.